everyone, and welcome back to the Osteo and Physio YouTube channel. We want to start off today by saying a massive thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed to our channel. We are currently at 8,000 subscribers and we are so honoured that you're tuning into our videos. So to kick things off for 2022, today we're looking at the best exercises to release the diaphragm. Your thoracic diaphragm is a double domed musculotendinous sheet that is absolutely vital for optimal respiration, so breathing, as well as adding a separation between the thoracic and the abdominal cavity, which can massively help reduce the risk of reflux or issues around that area. What we're going to be looking at today is we're looking at inhibition exercises to release into the diaphragm. But more importantly, we want to work a little bit more global. We want to look at the different attachments it has down into the lumbar spine. We want to look at opening up through the rib cage itself so we can stretch all the attachments, particularly around those lower ribs, as well as looking at improving breathing and adding strengthening around this area. So to start off, we're going to start by inhibiting directly onto the diaphragm. So what you want to do is, as you breathe in, you're going to find the in point of the ribs where they come together around the front, and then as you breathe out, you're going to drop your body forward and push the fingers underneath the diaphragm. So it's really important that you lean forward when you hook the fingers underneath, and we want to hold each of these pressure points for about 2 to 3 seconds, so not long, but you're just gently dropping underneath, so you're going to the first line of the finger, so it's not a deep inhibition. If it's really uncomfortable doing it standing, I've also demonstrated it here when you're lying down. So again, you're going to start from that middle point of the ribs, so where they join together, and you're going to work your fingers round either side. So where it's a double dome, you need to work through both sides of the front of the rib cage. So with each of these, we're doing it with breathing. So as you breathe in, we're fine, and then as we breathe out, we push our fingers up underneath the ribs, holding for about 2 to 3 seconds. So I like to repeat this for about 30 seconds to a minute, so it's however long you feel comfortable. It's actually quite calming when you inhibit the diaphragm, because you think when we get stressed, we tighten up around the tummy and into the ribs, so really nice relaxation. So like I said, you can either do it standing or seated, or you can do it where you're lying on your back. Once we've inhibited into the diaphragm, the next thing that we want to move on to is being able to control our breathing. So it's really important, once you've released it, to regain some control. So what we're going to do is place our hands on our tummy. As we breathe in, we try and push the tummy out, and you want it to be directly from the tummy. And then as we exhale the air, we want to pull the tummy in tight, as if we're pushing it down towards the floor. So again, repeating that, as we breathe in, we push the tummy out, and as we breathe out, we pull the tummy in tight, holding for about 2 to 5 seconds on end range. So we can repeat this for about 3 to 5 cycles of breathing. This is a great way to regain that control. So you want it to be nice, slow and controlled. Avoid lifting up through the upper rib cage. You want it all to come through the abdomen and the diaphragm. Once we've added in breathing and strengthening of the breathing, we then want to add more of a stretch into the attachments. So we have left and right crura, which are the tendinous attachments down from the diaphragm into the lower back. We actually want to add in some stretch and relief to that lower back. So you can either do it where you just lift the knees up into a knee hug directly, or what I really like is adding in those knee sways. So again, we want to aim for about 30 seconds, just stretching through that lumbar spine or the lower back attachments. Once you've done that, where you've moved, you can actually do a more of a direct stretch with rotation. So this is what I like the figure 4 stretch for. So you're going to hook your foot around the back of the knee, you're going to pull the leg across the body, and you're going to look the opposite way with the opposite arm out straight. So you can see here, for demonstration purposes, my arm's up in the air, but of course you can do this on flat ground where it's touching the floor. And then changing sides, so you see you're hooking the leg over, pulling it across the body and turning and stretching the opposite way. You want to aim to hold this stretch between 15 to 30 seconds. This is a great way to just release the attachments into the lumbar spine, stretching through the whole body, and you're indirectly here stretching up into the ribs as well with that rotation to release all areas of tightness. My next favourite thing to do, which I do with a lot of videos, is the cat-cow, and the reason why I feel like cat-cow is so good is you're trying to improve that function through the whole spine and the ribs, which again of course will be impacting the attachments of the diaphragm. So what you're aiming to do here is for about 15 to 30 seconds, just going up and back into normal cat-cow, lovely, slow and controlled. As we're lifting up, we can bring the tummy in tight, and then once we've done that normal cat-cow, we can start to move side to side. So this directly impacts stretching into your QL, side of the ribs, and then movement into that lumbar spine as well. So again, we want to aim to do this for about 15 to 30 seconds, so whatever feels comfortable for you. Again, we're just looking at, of course, directly inhibiting the diaphragm, but all of its attachments as well. We then want to gently stretch back into a child's pose position. So this is great for stretching out the lower back attachments, stretching up into those ribs, as well as bringing the arms forward. You're stretching down into the lats, which of course all blend and impact the diaphragm attachments and our overall respiratory function. The final thing we're doing is looking at the side attachments as they blend round into the ribs, where we want to optimize our breathing. So we're going to bring the arm and pull it across above the head, and then we're going to stretch over to one side. So you'll feel the stretch down the side of that body, and you'll feel it into the ribs and down into the lower back. So you want to aim to hold this between 15 to 30 seconds, and then we want to switch hands over. So you're going to change your grip, pull the hand over across the body, and again you can do this with breathing where you move on the exhalation, and we're holding between 15 to 30 seconds. You can aim to add this routine once or twice during your weekly routines to help improve diaphragm function.